Happy Thursday in the fantastic City Hall of Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Mayor, thank you so much for hosting this wonderful event to celebrate life, to celebrate hope, and to celebrate the idea of registering as an organ and tissue donor, either at the RMV, which does a wonderful job serving the public, and or online at mass.gov/organ donor. My name is Matt Boger. I have the distinct honor of representing New England Donor Services. We are the federally designated organ procurement organization responsible for the identification and transplantation of organs and tissues throughout New England. We work with all the hospitals, no matter how big or how small. We work with all the legislatures in all 6 states. We work with all the governors, and we work to help save individuals' lives. I do want to thank the state and the important work that the RMV does each and every day presenting that question, would you like to register as an organ and tissue donor? This heart means that you are providing hope. That means you are a registered donor. I also want to indicate that organ donation is very, very rare. It does not happen often. Unlike watching Grey's Anatomy, where it seems like it happens on a daily basis, this happens very infrequently. In fact, only 3% of all deaths happen in a manner where one could potentially become an organ donor. Our job is to help save lives through that transplantation and also continue the legacy of those individuals who registered, realizing that they're saving other individuals' lives. We're going to talk about a little few facts and figures about this and share some stories of individuals who've been personally touched. But Mayor, I know how busy you are. This is such a great city. We have many individuals here who are educated in the great institution of Fitchburg State, including people on our staff, and we're just so pleased to be here. Thank you for taking a few moments to talk about organ donation. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt. I mean, thank you for coming here to Fitchburg City Hall and bringing this awareness to the city of Fitchburg. Thank you to FATV for covering this, and thank you everyone for being here. You know, I myself am a registered organ donor, thanks to how easy it is to do on the RMV, and I know personally how impactful that organ donation can be to many people's lives. One of my very best friends passed away suddenly only a few short years ago, and she was in such a state that her parents were able to work with the organ donation team and provide life-saving organ donation for at least 6 people. And I know that meant a huge deal to her, you know, my friend's parents and their family, knowing that her life impacted so many others. So here in the city of Fitchburg, we greatly appreciate this awareness event, and so we have issued a proclamation in honor of Donate Life Month, which is April 2025 here in the city of Fitchburg. So I'll read the proclamation wording here in the city of Fitchburg. Whereas organ donation is a gift that embodies the very essence of compassion, hope, and humanity, through the selfless decisions of organ donors and their families, lives are not only saved but transformed, creating ripples of healing that extend far beyond the recipients and themselves. And whereas one donor can save up to 8 lives and improve the quality of life for many more through tissue donation. Beyond the immediate impact on recipients, organ donation brings comfort and purpose to donor families, knowing their loved one's legacy lived on through the lives that they have touched. And whereas we also recognize New England Donor Services and their tireless work as an organ procurement organization, along with the medical professional transplant teams who make these life-saving actions possible. Their dedication ensures that the gift of life reaches those in need, fostering a future where more lives can be saved through the generosity of others. Now, therefore, I, Samantha M. Squalia, Mayor of the City of Fitchburg, do hereby recognize organ donors, their families, and all who facilitate this life-changing gift, and proclaim April 2025 to be Donate Life Month in the City of Fitchburg, and urge all citizens of Fitchburg to take cognizance of this observance given this 10th day of April 2025. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Mayor, thank you for the proclamation, which is so thoughtfully penned, and B, on this, sharing the story of that friend, and it is to really carry on the legacy of that loved one. We don't want anyone to pass away. Our motto is donate life. Our logo should be somewhere right there. We don't want anyone to pass away. Having someone die to save someone else's life is a zero-sum game. We consider organ donation when that is the last opportunity for someone to save someone else's life, and registering is a great idea of hope. Life is the most important. Today, nationally, there's over 103,000 individuals on the waiting list. Here in New England, that's over 6,000 individuals, and I have to say, here in New England, we have the best hospitals in the universe. Our staff is over 370 people strong, and we're continuing to hire people today to be all over New England to save individuals' lives. So we're so pleased to be able to do that. We were at the State House on Tuesday. Senator Gomez, as a kidney recipient, had a great event. You know how busy individuals are, but I do want to thank the representative for his continued support for our efforts to help educate individuals to do that, and for his activities here in Fitchburg, his activities on Beacon Hill, and his activities in Concord, Mass. Always good to see you when you're there as well. Representative, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Matt, thank you for all of your work. Thank you to New England Donor Services for the critical and life-saving work that you do each and every day, and to give a voice to the cause, and to bring forth stories of hope and of optimism, and of life. I think it's a beautiful thing here that the heart is symbolizing both hope and life. And Mayor, thank you for your touching story of your friend who through tragedy was able to make life possible for others. And I know that all too well, as I've had a family member who was on the receiving end, who was just days away from passing, and my uncle has now been alive for over 20 years because of that life-saving intervention of somebody who, because of their kindness and because of their eternal optimism, was an organ donor, and that organ has kept my uncle alive for more than 20 years, and keeping my father's generation alive, and giving a voice to my family and my son, and being able to pass on family stories to the next generation that otherwise would not be possible without the critical and life-saving work of New England Donor Services. And so, as a fellow organ donor, just please, I urge and encourage everybody to sign up. It takes a few seconds, and in that few seconds, you not only share that same eternal optimism for sharing and saving lives, but hopefully it's never needed. But if the day ever comes, knowing that what could be a tragedy for you and your family could also give life and give hope to another family. So thank you for everybody who is already registered as an organ donor, and I want to thank again everybody who's standing here behind me, who does this work on the front lines each and every day of saving lives. Thank you. And with that, we have some citations, I believe. All right, the first, and I won't read each individual one. So we have three, but I will present. We have to Massachusetts Department of Public Health, Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles, and to, first and foremost, New England Donor Services. So the Massachusetts House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House offers its sincerest congratulations to New England Donor Services in recognition of your work educating the public and encouraging individuals to register as organ donors throughout the state. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this 10th day of April 2025 at the State House in Boston, Massachusetts, this is signed by Ronald Mariano, Speaker of the Massachusetts House, and offered by myself.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Representative, thank you so much. And organ donation is one of those things is when you start to talk about it, there are people that everyone knows and people in every community, ones that you both represent, who are personally touched. I was noting on the billboard, I think it says Fitchburg City Hall for all. Was that the phrase? Which is wonderful, really all-encompassing. I do want to say, I want to thank again the Massachusetts Department of Public Health for efforts to educate and to reach out to all. We have created a new campaign here, if you don't mind, and actually it was truncated, but the original one is no matter how you say it, or no matter what language it is, thank you for registering as an organ and tissue donor. I'm going to be a little controversial right now and quote or requote Michael Jackson, which probably is not the best person to quote, but he has a song, if you want to be my donor, he says, if you want to be my baby, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. If you want to be a registered donor, it doesn't matter what you're black and white. If everyone looks different outside, in the inside, we have the same heart, liver, pancreas. So this is something that can truly save individuals. Please go ahead. This is an active city hall. Yeah. So we encourage, no matter if you're old, no matter if you're young, no matter if you're a man, no matter if you're a woman, no matter what ethnicity you are, no matter what color you are, we are all humans, and this can truly help save other individuals' lives. And we appreciate the work of the Department of Public Health presenting this and helping to educate the general public. I do have to note two other things. I go on tangents a lot. Speaker Mariano's signature is wonderful. I have to compliment your signature. That was a very good signature. I have terrible handwriting, so I'm always very impressed. Yours was as well, but Mariano's was more like the large one, and it's that's good. So our work, or John Hancock, we are meeting with Governor Healy later on to celebrate Child Pediatric Organ Donation Week, which is coming up in 2 weeks. But again, working with the legislature, working with decision makers is a part of what we do. I want to thank the Senator's office for being here, and if you want to say a few words, I'm happy to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate this. Senator Cronin is needed elsewhere this morning, so I'm filling in for him, and it's a pleasure, it's an honor for me to be here at this event. Thank you for everyone for all of the work that you do. I just wanted to mention that in 1984, my father had a heart attack and he died. And his organs were not usable, but his corneas were. And so there's someone running around who has gorgeous blue eyes. And because of that, I am also a registered organ donor, as is everyone in my family. So I want to present this citation. We have one for New England Donor Services, the Registry of Motor Vehicles, and the Department of Public Health, but I will just read one of them. This is an official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to New England Donor Services in recognition of your dedication to public education and encouragement for organ donor registration throughout the Commonwealth. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate, signed by the President of the Senate, Karen Spilka, and offered today by John J. Cronin, Senator for Worcester and Middlesex District. And I will leave that there for you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right.
Really appreciate it. Awesome. Now I'm focused on signatures. Look how small these guys are. But they're keeping in. Look at that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And please thank Senator Cronin as well. And thank you for recognizing state agencies in our collaboration with them. We are not part of the government. We're a nonprofit organ procurement organization, which is identified by Congress. But the relationship we have with these state agencies, working in collaboration, doing good, has been very important. So my speech is unnecessary, and everyone else's conversations were fantastic. But to the meat of the matter, we've got individuals personally touched by organ donation. And thank you. Each one of you shared someone who you knew who were personally touched. But I do have an individual which I tend to step on all his lines, so we'll say very little. But Kenny, thank you so much for being here and saying a few words.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having us to the city of Fitchburg. Thank you for this event. We talked today about donation, and donation doesn't happen without a donor. And Mayor, thank you for sharing your story. Without a donor, I wouldn't be here. Someone who said yes to on signing up to be a registered donor. That's why I'm here. I received a heart transplant 24 years ago, and I'm alive because of the power of donation and transplant. Transplant saves that individual's life, and that's the goal, but the transplant also has a ripple effect. Transplant does so much more. Transplant allowed me to finish college and get a career, and I'm proud to say I work with New England Donor Services and my colleagues. But additionally, my wife and I were able to have 2 children, Cameron and Caden, 13 and 9. And if you take that and think about that for a moment, a transplant not only saved my life, but it allowed new life to be brought into this world. So it has a ripple effect across so many different things, allowing that patient, that recipient to go back to their community and continue their life. So we continue to thank folks for being a part of this, registering to be a donor. Donation doesn't happen without a donor, and we so appreciate that very, very much. And it's an honor to be here today, so thank you for your time. Well, they can't see the back.
You didn't wear a So Kenny has got, honestly, a huge heart, and he is a very caring individual. He was affected, how many years?
24 years.
24 years ago he received the transplant, and today he works with New England Donor Services, an individual who's been touched and wanting to give back, and he does a great job interfacing with important hospitals. Again, we have 370 staff. We have staff that are specifically focused on helping save individuals' lives. We've got one more story to tell of an individual who actually worked here in the wonderful city, helping the economy here. As an employee. Samantha has got several stories to tell. Samantha, thanks so much. I kind of put her on the spot at the last moment, but happy to have you jump out of the airplane with me if you're interested.
Absolutely.
Awesome, okay.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, thanks.
I'm Sam Bourgeois. I work here in the city of Fitchburg. I am a recent kidney donor. I donated June 28th. It was the best decision I have ever made, as organ donation has hit my family hard. I have an uncle who's a 2-time heart recipient, and my mother is actually had a tissue donation. Luckily, she was able to get it from herself, but for a facial reconstruction from stage 4 cancer. So my way of giving back was to become a living donor, as I was O positive, which is wonderful to have if you're on the healthy side. Unfortunately, not if you're, on the unhealthy side. So that's pretty much my story.
Awesome, thank you, Samantha, appreciate that. So as I said, there's 103,000 individuals on the waiting list. Reducing the waiting list is critical, and in fact, 80%, it's probably 92,000 individuals on that list are waiting for a kidney, the most in-demand organ, and uniquely, kidney, we have 2 of them. Our job is for deceased donation, but we are positively focused on decreasing the amount of individuals. Individuals who want to become living donors are wonderful. They work through transplant centers to do that. We have staff here. Seth, in fact, is a wonderful individual who's in charge of educating the youth that's 16 to 28, providing education so they can make that decision, and they do wonderful things. I see as becoming a living donor is a wonderful thing. It's harder than just registering. Just checking that, do the easy thing and check the yes box. Both these individuals are living donors. Both these individuals are registered organ donors. But again, I want to thank the recognition of the state, of the RMV, the wonderful work they do. I mention the RMV because 98% of all people who register as an organ donor do so at the RMV, in part because the RMV is a place in Massachusetts, in New England, in the United States, where it sees the vast, if not almost all individuals in the state. We are very pleased and very unique, and we are the only public health question presented on the state document. Organ donation is a voluntary choice. You can check that yes box or you don't have to. It is not a neutral choice. Both the state and federal government strongly supports it, providing on a state document, and also, where's my, if you can hold this up, the heart is a great symbol. The heart of hope, the heart of one could help save someone is great. So
It looks so great on the license.
it looks so great in the license, and it adds a little red, you know.
It's Fitchburg Red.
It's Fitchburg Red. There we go. You know, one of those things, I say this coming from Concord, all things either start from or come to Concord. You know, Fitchburg could claim that as well. So you guys do a great job. There's also, and thank you to the media for being here, there's a phrase, if a tree falls in the forest, doesn't make a sound. It does if there's someone to capture it. I want to thank you so much for doing such a good job of trying to make me look good and identifying this this event. These are great small events. Everyone's like, yes, this is wonderful. How do we get this on the streets? Please feel free to walk through or participate in. It's important to share the community. Our job is to help save people's lives. Additionally, we want to educate individuals. We are transparent. We're happy to answer any questions. Please consider doing that. So, Mayor, thank you again for being here. Representative, thank you so much for being here. Thank everyone for being here. We'll do a few pictures at the end, but it's a great day. The sun is shining. Rain is coming, but we are hard New Englanders, so we will enjoy this. Appreciate everyone's time. Thank you so much. Have a hard